Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for continuing to hang out. We have arrived at the last show, the last game of the day. Of course, we have so much more planned for you tomorrow, so don't forget about that and come back and join us again tomorrow. But we're not done yet. Welcome back. My name's Eugenio, also known as DM Jazzy Hands. You saw me earlier. I'm back now. You can't get rid of me, and I'm not sorry. I'm super excited to be joined by these 6 incredible players for a little adventure tonight that we are calling Cold Comfort. A little trip up to Icewind Dale into the ice and snow, which, I sort of forgot that we were doing a summer block party. So it was quite the juxtaposition of colors right now on screen, but it's okay. So let's go around and introduce all of our players before we get started. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started, but why don't we go around and introduce our players? Let's start just to the right of me with Brittni.
Hi, I'm Brittni Leigh. I am playing Krazel Mursky. Pronouns are she, her. They're a little messed up on the overlay, but I'll forgive it. She, her. She is a dwarf. She's a warlock. Yeah. Should we give any more description, or we should just maybe?
Yeah, actually, why don't you? Because we're going to do a little bit of not quite a jump right into combat, but a little in media res when we start. So why don't you go ahead and describe what they look like too?
Cool. TLDR. Dwarf, about 4'6". Dark skin, dark eyes, and 50-50 frizzy curly hair. This side is red, this side is gray. Almost looks like an open book of hair.
Oh, I love that.
Feel it, see it. Yeah.
Yes. What song just popped into my head? Don't dream it.
Dream it.
What is that from?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Thank you, Rocky Horror. Oh my God, brain fart.
Don't dream it.
All right, well, clearly the next person that needs to introduce themselves is the opera geek herself, Miss Kelli.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I am Kelli, the opera geek. I do actually have a name, though most people just call me opera geek. I will be playing Aire, who is a sea elf rogue, not a bard. So Aire is about 5'10". She's got not quite teal, but kind of an aqua blue skin with the gills on the neck, and long silver hair that's shot through with like a really pale aquamarine. And she has like beads and everything braided into her hair of different colors. And she's in her standard rogue leather gear with double rapiers.
Ooh, I love that. Double rapiers. Yes. All the stabby. Oh, I can't say that. Stab was a character in the last game. I don't want to take that away from Kiana. All right, let's keep moving down the row and let's go over to Lily.
Hi. Hey, everyone. It's so good to be here on Benjamin's channel for the first time. I'm super excited to play with these amazing people and raise some money for y'all. My name's Lilisparx. I'm the girl with many lives. You can catch me streaming D&D, TTRPG, and soon to come video games, which I'm excited about because I'm a nerd. Yeah, Lilisparx with an X. And I'm going to be playing Swift Lee, who is a swashbuckling samurai Aarakocra with basically, if you could picture like a panther that's a bird, she's got that like really sleek, glossy black feathers going on, except for around her eyes, which are kind of like this dark navy blue. Darker than this, but I don't know how to make up. So yeah, and how she became a swashbuckler samurai, I tried to brainstorm something with my roommates, but basically, she was a pirate who then got taken in by a samurai mentor and is now traveling the world and I guess going somewhere cool.
Perfect. Aw, look at that pun. Yes.
Eugenio loves puns.
I love them so much.
I actually love puns.
Yes, me too.
Let's hop down to the next row and we'll pop over to Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason. I'm the producer on Adventure They Wrote, the noir-themed podcast. And I'm going to be playing Devereaux, a furbolg grave cleric.
Yes.
He's gray and kind of furry and kind of fuzzy with a little bit of blue and
cozy.
We're losing you just a little bit, Jason. Your mic is being a little crackly on us.
I'll try to fix that.
All right. Okay. All right, Devereaux, I am ready. Moving on over to the right from Jason, we have Morgan. Hello, Morgan.
Hello. wonderful. If you logged in to see the wonderful and handsome Nico Figs from our podcast Taking Initiative, I have to say, unfortunately, he couldn't make it, so I subbed in for him. My name is Morgan. I am from the podcast Taking Initiative, where I play the buff babe, surreal barbarian. And I am so excited to be here. I'm playing Clementine. Clementine is human, and she is a paladin fighter. And she's about 6.5 feet tall. She kind of slumps over and doesn't have such great posture. She is not a beauty. She has kind of high cheekbones, kind of gaunt. Her nose is long and has been broken a couple times, so it's really crooked. And she's got long red hair that she's got tied up in a messy top knot, tons of freckles, and 2 huge, wide, baby blue eyes.
Yes, I love that. She'll blend in with those eyes into the snow and ice. Perfect. Last but most certainly not least for our crew tonight, good evening, Michael.
Hello, folks. I'm Michael Sinclair II. I go by Michael Crits everywhere. You've probably either heard of Faeforge Academy, where I play Besky, a young celestial warlock, or in the Kobold Presses channel, where I play a ghost knight fighter from the Kobold Presses stuff. So, yeah, today I'm playing Nufa Niebe, and he is a Storm Herald barbarian. And it's gonna be really interesting and fun. My kind of thought about him is that he is kind of like he used to be a skinny teenager, but then he happened upon someone who was a mountain guide, and he's like, I want to be a mountain guide too. And he kind of is the machismo mountain guide with like, you know, he has like a button up, but it's like cold outside, but he doesn't mind it. And he has like, you know, mountaineering boots and mountaineering pants and like, you know, Patagucci, like whatever that is in the D&D Forgotten Realms. Like, he's wearing it, and he has like an axe and not an axe. He has a ice axe and a shield, so that he can do mountaineering expeditions and look like he is the guide. And he is black. He has short buzzed hair. He has brown eyes. It looks like he is a little bit roughed up a little bit with like some scarring, either from like abrasions or whatever from like rock climbing or, you know, falling down a set of trees or whatever. So he just looks like this rough and tumble machismo mountain guide.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, and that is our crew for tonight. Now, a reminder to everybody that is in chat, we are, quick math, $740 away from our third goal, because we have smashed through several goals today. There are, we've already got some nat 20s and advantages for players. How very exciting. So you can continue to do that. You can see what all of the donation tiers to affect the game are on the bottom right of the overlay. You will note that the top tier is a little bit different than it was for TK. I know you all enjoyed throwing that adult black dragon at the crew last game. It will be similarly disruptive, I'll say, but a little bit different in this game. We'll find out more about that if indeed that becomes a necessity. All right, shall we, folks? Let's do it. All right. So the 6 of you have been in Icewind Dale for some time. Whether you're from there or were from elsewhere and made your way up to the frozen north as part of your adventuring career is entirely up to you. But the 6 of you have been working together in 10 towns for some time, been sort of bopping around the 10 towns, picking up quests and jobs here and there. You're all very capable adventurers. So, you know, generally your rates are a little too steep for your average, you know, clear the basement of dire rats or take care of the goblins that are ransacking merchant caravans. You all are you're still a level above that, right? Or 10 levels above that, I suppose. And so you really only take the good jobs, and they pay quite well. So it had been a while. You all were beginning to get a little antsy, a little anxious, because the winter is coming on, and it's always cold in Icewind Dale, but the winters are brutal and travel is almost impossible once the snows come in. But a few weeks before that time of year was set to hit, you all got a job to go out and deal with a nest of Remmerhas that had been attacking various caravans and merchants and ice fishers and hunters and things like that. And so this felt exciting, and it was a good job, paid well, since there were multiple creatures you had to take care of. So it felt like a good way to finish off the season before the snows came in. So you went, and it was a fun time for you all. Nothing that a few cure wounds and lesser restorations couldn't fix. You managed to defeat the beasts, and you were headed back to 10 Towns to settle in for the winter. As luck would have it, though, because it's not D&D, we've had a little bit of bad luck for our adventurers, the storms came in a little early this year, it seems. And when you were still a few days from the farthest north town, an incredible blizzard swept in. Visibility was almost down to nothing. It was absolutely freezing. You all were obviously prepared for the cold, but this was a step above. And you waited it out because you're all seasoned adventurers and knew that traveling in those conditions is dangerous. But as the day went on, and then the next day, and food supplies began to run low, and the frigid chill began to sort of break through your various layers and stuff, it just seemed like you were going to have to try and press on. So press on you did for a little while, and some god smiled on you for a little bit, and maybe it was the eye of the storm, maybe it was a passing glitch, but the storm abated just long enough for you all to spy a cave in a hillside, not even a true mountain, but just in a hillside. And it was big enough to fit the 6 of you comfortably. It would provide a bit of shelter and allow you to light a fire without it being blown out immediately. And at least it would be a place where you could hold up from the elements for a little while in the hopes that the storm would pass. So you made your way to this cave. And of course, as soon as you got inside, the storm kicked back up, and now you can barely see out to the entrance of the cave. The cave itself is maybe 45 feet deep or so, about 15 feet tall, with a big wide opening. But if you stay back from the entrance, the blow and the snow is not quite so bad. And so there you are, and you're sort of staring out and hoping that the storm abates soon, so that you can continue your journey back home to 10 Towns and have a nice meal and a nice bed, and donate it to, oh boy, okay. So we do have a pull from the deck of many things, I see. We'll do that in a moment. We will, I promise, get to it. But before we do that, we're going to kick this off right. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh no, I just realized I have to do real math for this. Hold on.
Do I see whatever we're rolling against?
Yes, if you have something like danger sense or whatever, you can use your advantage for that.
I have. Oh yeah, no, I have the rapier of warning, so at least they won't surprise us.
It'll give you some nice advantage on your initiative. It's funny, a bunch of you have the weapons of warning. I was looking through your sheets and I was like, oh, it's funny. Nobody could. Okay, so no surprise. Can't say that. All right, let's go around with your deck saves. Let's start with Devereaux, if we could.
19 on the dice, so 20 total.
Okay, that'll do. That saves. Aire? Uh-oh.
What do you think it is, Eugenio?
I assume it's a natural 1 based on that face.
It's a 6 if you count my bonus.
Yay!
All right. Well, fortunately, you're high enough. You have evasion, so you'll take half damage, I guess. Nufa?
That would be an 8. I classically roll low as well.
I love that. An 8. Krazel?
Krazel got an 8, but she does have a ring of evasion as well.
Oh, that's true. If you
So,
want to
whoops.
if you want to use a charge from that, then you can take half for that as well.
Whoops, yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Let's kick
I
this
love it.
off, right?
Clementine? Yeah, that's right. Clementine?
That was a 17 for Clementine.
17 will do it. All right. And last but not least, Miss Swift.
Be a 17 for Swift as well.
A 17. All right. So that saves. So if you failed your save, you are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And if you made it, you'll take 8 as you hear mere instants before you feel it, you hear a rumbling. An avalanche, maybe somewhere off in the distance, or even less heard of, maybe an earthquake or something. But then you begin to feel the vibrations, the cave begins to shake, and debris begins to fall from the ceiling. And so some of you manage to dodge out of the way, some of you do not. And when the dust and the rock chips clear from the air and you're all able to see again and make your way back to your feet if you were knocked down, you see that the entrance to this cave has been completely sealed. There is no more exit from the cave, which on the one hand, it's not so blowy and not so snowy, but on the other hand, there is no way out. There is, however, you do notice behind you on the back wall of the cavern, more of this cave has collapsed, and it seems to have broken open the entrance to a tunnel that leads deeper into the hill. And you can just barely see beyond. You're going to have to climb through it. So you can just see through the cracks in the rocks at the back of the cave, just walls of, well, if you have dark vision, you can see this. It's pitch black now, but walls of slick blue ice in the tunnels beyond.
I can't like see anything that's happening, but I assume that like something bad happened.
Krazel, who was deep in books, she was like, I can read now. This is fantastic. She's like reading through books, and her ring of evasion swept her out of the way of whatever happened. And as she looks up from her like pile of rocks, she goes, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel? Huh? Nothing else to do. Secret tunnel? Huh?
There's a secret tunnel, and I feel like Swift is like up against the wall, which is like her wings like reaching for the ceiling or the floor, just trying to orient herself. Like, I don't know where the secret tunnel is, but I guess that's why it's a secret.
That's right. That's why it's a secret.
You see one gloved hand come shooting up out of a pile of debris, and then the other hand come up, and just the head pops up, and you see the reason that Aire has had trouble evading this, which is that she was trying to get some sleep. So she has pulled her hood as close so that it's just like all she sees is this. And she kind of shakes her head. And it says in my racial traits that I see 4 times as far as a human in low light.
Lord.
There you go.
Sure.
So
All right.
you just hear, they're over there.
Clementine is gonna reach down to help you get out. I'll be like, oh, hey, now let's see if we can get you out of here. And anybody else who needs help, Clementine will kind of dig out.
I burst out of the kind of rock formation as a typical barbarian would. I like burst out.
It fueled you.
That's
Yes.
That's not my first my first cave-in before. I've survived a couple of these, so it sounds like we're going to do some spelunking. This sounds great. It's not my first time with that either. It's secret spelunking is what I heard.
How did you spelunking? And she's just like talking through her hood.
I love it. Devereaux, you were going to say something?
Do we have 10 minutes before we're going to start heading into the cave? Because I can get everybody healed up.
I do think it'll take a little bit of digging to really make the opening in the back wall wide enough for some of the bigger party members to fit through. So yeah, if you wanted, I assume a prayer of healing.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll that up. Let me have everyone else, other than Devereaux, will you all roll wisdom perception checks for me, please?
Wisdom perception checks. Okay.
All right, and meanwhile, Devereaux will settle down to pray to whom are we praying, Devereaux?
Kellimvor.
Oh, good. Excellent. All right, let's see. Clementine, can we have your perception?
Clementine didn't see shit. Clementine
Fantastic.
rolled 3.
I love that. Krazel.
6 for Krazel. Krazel's also just still hanging out. I don't know. What are we looking for? What are we looking at? Secret tunnel?
Yeah, Clementine has the excuse of being blind as hell in this tunnel. So she really can't
love
see.
it. I love it. Aide.
22.
All right.
But I would like to know how much damage I took from the rocks. Did we say that?
Oh, it was half of 16 since you have your evasion, so 8 bludgeoning.
All right, so I'm
And
all.
it looks
I'm
like
full up
Devereaux's
again.
prayer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when Devereaux's prayer, when it's all said and done, will be 13 hit points back. Nufa, what was your perception?
Mine was 8. I was still busy checking out my new ice axe that I got from the store, and I'm just admiring it.
Be that as it may, 8 is still the second highest. So let's see, Swift, how about you?
Okay, rub it in. That's fine.
Swift, what'd you get? You can't. Well, that's okay. Go ahead.
I rolled with disadvantage because I can't see. So I got a 19 and a 6. But it'd be a 6.
Okay.
There's like a flash of light and I almost see and then I don't.
Wait, am I the only one with any kind of dark vision?
No, there are several.
I was gonna say there's got to be more.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so Ida, I will give you the choice. Do you want to find the ring or the card?
Shiny. Oh, it's going to be the ring. It has to be the ring.
Okay,
yeah.
So then I will get to you in just a second. But Nufa, as the second highest perception check, with an 8.
Trip over it.
Oh, sorry.
As you burst out of the debris that fell on you, most of it obviously just goes flying to the side. But after a few moments, a little piece of paper just sort of slowly makes its way down and lands on your head. Would you roll me a d20 and a d4 and tell me what you get? Add them together. So.
It's all right. I have bad luck, so if I disappear, that's about right. Let's see how it goes.
Please don't disappear.
18 and a 4. So 18 on the obviously the 20 and
18 and 22. Okay, great. So give me a moment. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. See you, folks.
Okay. No. I need to check something really quick. Oh no, you know what? I'm just gonna make a choice. Okay, so you grab this card and you have a moment to look at it and see that printed on it is an image of a court jester in full motley and a hood and a little jingle staff. And all of a sudden, you just feel a rush of life and experience and knowledge. And I'm going to leave you for a moment to level your character up a level as you gain 10,000 XP.
Wow.
Wait, nothing ever good happens. So hey, I'll take it.
There were 22 cards in the deck. You rolled the last one, and that happened to be the jester.
Wonderful.
So there you go.
Amazing.
Hey, thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ida, you can see quite well here, and you're looking around. And like you said, there's barely any light, so it is not clear how you managed to spot the shiny in the dark, but you did. You see, sort of just on the other side of the tunnel entrance, a little ways back on the floor, you spot a glint of something. And so as you all dig through, Ida, you sort of wiggle your way through to the other side into here. And with eyes only for the shiny, you find just a little very simple silver banded ring. No ornamentation, nothing fancy on it. You do notice that there is a faint worn inscription on the inside, but it's so worn that you can barely read it.
I mean, nothing bad ever came from rings with inscriptions, so I think I should put it on.
Yeah, absolutely. So you put it on. Oh, thank God, finally. You hear in your head.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Oh, finally.
I've never had a possessed item before.
Now you have a friend.
Are they gone?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Are you gone?
Oh, I've been gone for a lot. Who is this?
Who is this?
What? Very rude. So obviously you aren't Dromy. This is Jalen.
You're a ring.
Yes. You're not one of us, are you?
Well, that's rude.
Oh dear. All right. What do you see?
Tunnel?
I suppose I should tell you. Yeah, exactly. All right. So by this point, the rest of you can have made your way into this tunnel, and you can see what is beyond, which is this. Oh, well, those of you who have dark vision, are we doing anything for the poor human and the poor Aarakocra that can't see in the dark? Because it is very dark on the other side of this. I'm just curious. No is a fine answer. I'm just wondering.
I mean, I saw something shiny, so unfortunately,
yeah, no,
that
not
comes
you.
first.
I meant.
Crazzle will offer her arm to anyone who wants to grab a
Okay.
hold. She's really excited to get into this tunnel, so
Yeah.
she's happy to.
Also,
I'll attempt to light a torch if that's all possible with like my
Yeah,
stuff. That I have.
Michael
it's
and I are on the
very cold back
same
here, but it's not.
brainwave.
Yeah, Clementine's got. So you can do a couple of them. It's cold back here, but it's not windy, so you have no problem lighting the torch. You all are smart adventurers who keep your things dry when necessary. So you light up this torch, and it is absolutely gorgeous in this tunnel. It is an entire tunnel that it's hard to tell if the tunnel is made of ice or if the ice is just so thick on the walls and the ceiling and the floor that you can't even see the stone beyond it. But in your torchlight, it glints and glows blue and shines, and every sound you make, every step you take has a sort of sharp, it's not quite an echo, it's like a retort, almost as if the acoustics out here are singing back every noise that you make for just a moment. It's beautiful. It's also in its way frightening because it is so silent and so still, and after days of traveling through the screeching, howling wind and the blowing snow, this is so different. And you can see down this hallway on either side of the tunnel, there are 2 doors on either side, and then a big, the tunnel goes way past what any of you are able to see, even with your torches or with your dark vision. In the walls of the tunnel, you can see, in between the doors, you can see figures frozen into the ice of the walls. Nearest to you all, where you've broken through the tunnel, you can see that there are 2, on either side of you, there are these enormous, possibly blue, but maybe it's just the way that the light is going through the ice, enormous blue toads frozen in the wall there. And as you move around, none of you can help but shake the feeling that the toad's eyes follow you as you move around the entrance of this tunnel.
So I feel like Clementine would like get kind of captivated by all the beauty that's in this tunnel and like take that moment and be kind of awed by it and be like, well, hey now, ain't that pretty as a, and then just about she's about to say picture, she's going to catch the eye of one of those toads and go, well, hey now, that doesn't seem so right there.
Quick question, is Ira speaking out loud when she's talking to them?
That is a good question.
Oh,
You're muted.
oh,
See, she is absolutely talking out loud to the ring. She's like, I mean, honestly, I don't. Okay.
Now that ain't so right either.
Crazzle doesn't see any of this other stuff because she's just like captivated by Ira. She's like, is this a play? Oh, a model. I don't want to miss this. This is just looking, watching, waiting for the next line.
Wait, did she bonk her head when the thing fell on her?
No, she must have joined a play when we were in town or something. I think she's just practicing.
I mean, you would probably know that Ira is a little at the best of times.
Sure.
So, this
could just be another Tuesday.
No, that's right. That's just Ira. I'm the guide of this group. I'm just trying to make sure that we're fine. You see these folks who are frozen, they didn't have a guide. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be here. As you see you hear these stories all the time.
Can I see
Oh,
Ira?
Oh no. Okay, we'll get to that. Sorry, go ahead, Lily.
Seeing Ira talk and these froggy people that are unfortunately met their dire end, maybe. I'd like to kick off a divine sense, see if there is evil or good in the area.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you sense? What's the range on it? Remind me. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
60 feet?
Yeah.
Or is
60
divine
feet.
sense the one that's a mile? No, that's the ranger one.
It's 60 feet. Yeah, no, this is just until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
You do get a ping instantaneously, and then it is gone.
Okay.
Whether it is gone or it just moved out of the range of your sense. But you do get a celestial ping, although it was unlike anything you've ever felt before when reaching out with your divine sense. But it's there and gone, almost like a breeze of snow just sort of passes by you, leaves you a little chilly. It's an unusual celestial. Ida, the ring says to you, listen, is there anyone else there with you?
Yes.
Great. Is it Zendi?
No.
Oh. Pyros?
No.
Hap?
No.
Trin?
No.
Let's think of this in a different way. Who is with you?
Not very good.
Are they from the church?
I honestly don't think any of them have ever been in a church except maybe Devereaux.
I've been in the church.
Devereaux's like, hello.
So maybe Devereaux, but I think he just goes there to stare at the crypts. Let's be honest.
Fair. It's a fair read. So the ring says to you, all right, fine. Do you see a hallway?
There's a tunnel.
Close enough. What's at the other end of it? Can you see it?
Can I see it? No.
Well, go look.
I'm gonna do this the entire game. It's your fault.
I know. Go look. Take your friends with you.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. My new ring says we need to go down the hallway.
Your new
Y'all are
ring.
killing me with these
That's where
cards.
we're headed anyway. We're gonna keep moving. Maybe.
That's where we were headed anyway.
Well, excellent. Go right ahead.
Okay. Do you do anything cool or do you just talk to me? I mean, I would actually like to be able to like walk on the wall or something. Do you do anything?
I do many things. They shall be revealed to you in time. Now walk to the end of the hall.
Okay.
So, Ida, you begin to head down. Do the rest of you follow with Ida?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So as you walk down the hall, you see more and more of these creatures. And again, it's silent except for your footsteps. You can't help but feel like all of the eyes of these creatures, and they are legion, follow you as you walk down. You see frozen in the walls, and they're always in pairs on either side. You see polar bears. You see a pair of what must be juvenile Remmerhazes. You're familiar with those from recently. You see a couple of yetis on either side of you. You keep going down. Things begin to get a bit more intense. You notice. Oh, I put that twice. Okay, well, anyway. You see two blue-skinned trolls frozen in the wall. Then after that, you pass two enormous, and the tunnel here, the ceiling continues to get higher and higher as you walk further. So there's room for these two white dragons. Not quite full-size adults, but pretty close to be frozen in the walls there. Finally, when you get to the end of the hall, you see an enormous set of double doors made of completely opaque ice, and carved into them is a gorgeous carving of a six-pointed snowflake. And on either side of the door, frozen in the walls, are two owl bears that are owl bears rampant almost. They're up on their hind legs. They're clearly roaring, hooting, who's to say, making a noise. Their mouths are open. Their front paws are up in the air, and you notice that both of them seem to have goat's horns, maybe, coming out of their heads on either side of this enormous double door.
Can Deborah make a religion check?
Absolutely, you can. Yes, please do.
So that's 15 on
Can
the
I,
dice.
before you do that, can I assist you if you need it? Do a little.
Sure, yeah, you can both work together. So, Deborah, you can have advantage on that one.
The godly kids.
Yeah,
can maybe
the
work
godly
together?
kids.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so 15 total, please.
15 total. Yeah, that's enough to you've been in Icewind Dale long enough, and there are devotees of this goddess around, this deity around. That is the symbol of Ariel, the Frostmaiden. She is a cruel mistress of the snows and the cold and the ice. Most people that you've met that worship her do so more as a precaution than out of any true religious love or fervor.
Could you say that she's a real cool lady?
I don't know how I didn't see it coming.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm not going to say that's what she said because I'm not playing a bard, but honestly, the ring said it.
As we're like going through
Uh,
the tunnels, I feel
yeah.
like Swift isn't walking because the sound creeps her out. So she's going to be like sort of flying in lazy circles and just like flying
Yes.
up and examining all the walls and stuff. And when they pass, when they get to this point, she's just going to be like circling on the ceiling, just like on one of her wings, just like, hey, Ari, does that ring like know like how these creatures got so perfectly preserved in this beautiful ice cave? And she'll like drift by one of the owlbears and be like,
Ring.
Jalen.
Okay. Do you know how all of these creatures got stuck in the ice caves?
Sacrifices to the Frostmaiden.
Sacrifices to the Frostmaiden. That doesn't sound good, Ring. I don't think that is the answer I was hoping for. I was thinking more like climate change.
Oh yeah, that's the better answer. All right. Well, you've seen the sacrifices. Do you see the doors? Now, anyone who's ever played with me knows I'm terrible at remembering to tell people where doors in and out of rooms are. I do think I mentioned very briefly when you first came in here, but there are also
doors.
2 doors on either side of the hallway, and then the big double doors.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, the big ones I knew I'd said, but there are also on either side of the hallway 2 doors as you went down.
Are they also made of ice?
They are also made of ice. They're carved. They're carved to look like pretty traditional stone doors. They do not have the sigil of the Frostmaiden on them, though.
I'm gonna take a moment and look at my calf and look at the door, and for a second, Nufa realizes that he has a tattoo of the symbol of the Frostmaiden, as well as like a depiction of like, sailor-esque, how like sailors get tattoos of ladies or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot that that was a thing for a bit. Let me check this this ice integrity. So he's just gonna get his ice axe and like just as a mountaineering guy, just checks the integrity of like how structured this ice stuff is.
Why don't you make me an intelligence nature check, and I'll give you advantage because you are an ice mountaineer and you would be familiar with these things, sort of similar to stone cunning, but ice cunning, I suppose.
All right, 16.
All right. It is. First of all, the craftsmanship is incredible. The ice is incredibly solid to the point where it feels like it has to be magical, or there has to be some magic involved because this ice is as hard as iron.
Okay. Well, I've never seen ice like this before, and is that ring telling you anything about, or is whatever you're talking to know what's going on with what's here? I mean, I've never seen ice like this. I've climbed a lot of ice walls and this stuff you can't climb on, and I'm concerned. What's going on here?
Open the doors. 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 I think you're muted.
I don't think I can trust you.
Now that ping that I got of something bad, that wasn't anywhere near the ring. I didn't get any pings around the
No, ring. It was very close to you actually for that instant, and then it was gone, blown away.
Huh. Okay.
Sort of maybe came from one of the walls almost where the toad was, but the toad didn't do anything.
Cute. Love that. It's giving me the spookies.
For heaven's sake, y'all.
Can I will pat kind of heavily and kind of awkwardly Ira on the shoulder and be like, oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, that's not evil. As far as I know. Don't mean it can't give you bad advice though, just as a heads up.
Are you sure we should open the doors? Ring?
Oh yes, I need to know what's on the other side. You might be in terrible danger. I was sort of trying to hold off on that for as long as possible.
You're not going to actually be affected if we open the doors. I don't know if your needs need to be taken into account here.
Fair point. Fair point. Yes, yes. My needs matter not. The needs, however, of the entire North seem to matter a bit, don't you think?
He says we can save the entire North if we open the door.
Well, that's a bit of an oversimplification, but sure, go ahead.
He says that's a bit of an oversimplification, but we should still open the door.
Sounds good to me. My name will be renowned for mountaineering out here if we can save the world through this door.
And he's just gonna push over.
Oh yes. All right, that makes it easy also for me to figure out who's gonna get this. Okay, great. So you push open the door, and the first thing that happens is that a bunch of cards fall from the lintel of the door.
Like they do.
I need,
not long for this world.
Like they do, you know. So I need Krazel and Ida to both roll me a d20 and a d4, and then I'm going to roll randomly because we have one general draw.
But I don't want to.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. So it'll either be either be Swift, Clementine, or Devereaux, and it is Clementine. So Clementine, you roll me a d20 and a d4 as well.
Oh, I'm scared.
Krazel, what'd you get?
11 and 2.
11 and 2, so 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, Krazel has a lot of problems if they ever get out of this cave. The card that lands right on your face it's the exact opposite of everything you see around you. It is just fire. There are flames drawn on this card, and you can feel a sort of infernal connection form, and you have a powerful devil that becomes your enemy. It will seek your ruin and plague your life, savoring your suffering before attempting to slay you, and the enmity lasts until one of you is dead.
Yes.
Fortunately, that devil is not here.
This is the kind of motivation Krazel needed in her life. We won't get to the whole backstory, but this is great. I am on board.
That'll do it. I love it.
I feel like I would be really remiss if I didn't take this small moment to sidebar. Does Krazel have flames on the side of her face?
Oh, Ida, what did you roll? So mad at you.
17.
What did you
total.
get? 17 total. So that is 10. So you said 17 total?
That sounded disappointed.
No.
Please don't make me disappear into hell.
No, you do not disappear into hell.
Oh, good. So somewhere else.
So fortunately, both of your weapons are magical. So you feel all of a sudden way lighter. And you check your pockets and your bags, and you see on the card in front of you, you see a ruined castle that is just tumbled down and completely destroyed. Everything, all forms of wealth that you carry or own, other than your magic items and your clothing, are lost to you. Personal property vanishes. Businesses, buildings, and land you own are lost in a way that alters reality the least, which for ID, I think is just going to be that you misplace your deeds and someone finds them. Any documentation that proves you should own something lost to this card also disappears. Phenomenal. So that happened.
Wait.
Yes.
Are my clothes magical?
Your clothes stay on you.
Good.
Yes. And last but not least, for now, Clementine.
All right.
I'm very sad.
Clementine's going right up the line here to 18.
8.
Total.
Oh, okay. So the very next. Oh, I've lost it. Where did it go? Here we go. Oh.
Oh no.
So you have a card that lands on your face, and you pull it back, and you jump back startled and avert your gaze quickly because you see a drawing of a Medusa on this card.
Ooh, okay.
And it doesn't petrify you, but you do feel yourself shaken to the core, and you are cursed. And before Devereaux tries to fix you, it is much more powerful than that. And so you take a -2 penalty on all saving throws while cursed in this way. Only the magic of a god or the Fates card can end this curse.
Okay. Well, not the first time I've been burned by a pretty lady.
That is a whole mood. All right. Well,
all right.
That's what you all see as Nufa opens the door. Now, Nufa finishes opening the door. This all happens very quickly. Nufa finishes opening the door, and you see beyond, you see a chamber that sort of widens out to both sides, and it looks like it might be like a hot springs or a sauna bath like bathhouse type thing on either side, except that it's absolutely frigid. You can see chunks of ice in the baths on either side of you. The water is completely still, but the ice is sort of very slowly drifting around. And about 30 feet in front of you is a large, heavy blue curtain that seems to sort of shimmer in your torchlight that obviously leads deeper into these caves, these caverns.
And it's made out of like cloth, does it say? I'll fly up. I'll be like,
yeah,
this is sparkly. And then just very casually pulls a rapier from a scabbard and then just like lights it up into fire. And she's like, yeah, I can see now.
Oh my God, yes. All of a sudden, Swift has a flaming sword in hand. So that's awesome.
Very casual.
And yeah, it does seem like, as you get a closer look, it does seem like cloth. It's very fine cloth, silk maybe. And when you light your sword, you can see that the sparkle that you noticed from the other side of the room, it looks like precious stones have been woven into this cloth, this curtain, essentially.
Oh my God, this is so my aesthetic. And she'll take her flaming sword and like cut a chunk off and like make a little cape for herself. And then like flutter around with her sword. And she's like, I think this tunnel is going to lead us somewhere magical. I can feel it.
Well, before we get started, everyone fill up on your water here. One way that people die out here is forgetting to drink water and stay hydrated, especially when it's cold out. We got this pure cave water right here. So we should all fill up. And I'm gonna go first. And like get whatever container I have and start filling up water, trying to be like the on top of it mountain guy.
I applaud you. Yes. Yes. What are the rest of you doing as you sort of see this happening very quickly, very briefly?
We're gonna go get some water. The guide says we have to, so I'll get some.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
Crazzle's
right.
very impressionable.
Okay, all right. So there are sort of baths and pools basically to the left and the right, and then there's maybe a 10-foot walkway in between them that leads to the curtain. So which side are you all going to? The baths or the pools on the left or the right?
Left. Why not?
Great. Okay. Let me have those of you who are going over to the pool on the left make me a wisdom perception check, please.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I need to point something out for paladins really quickly.
Yes.
Anybody within a 10-foot radius of me has a +2 bonus to all saving throws. Just as
that's good. So it just cancels your curse, I guess.
Well, mine, but I'm saying everybody within 10 feet of me. So the whole party
Right.
can get +2, just as a
Great.
for your knowledge.
Everybody, crowd, Clementine.
I
Personal levels, who
have to
needs
minus
them?
my own.
Okay. So those of you, and it can be however many of you you'd like, but those of you who go over with Nufa to the, the left pool, let me have your wisdom perception rolls, please. Let's start with Crazzle.
12.
Okay. Hey, we're getting better. Nufa, you're over there. What'd you get?
I'm warmed up, so I'm rolling like I usually do. Natural 1.
Oh, yeah. All right. Clementine.
That's a 10 for me.
Okay. Did we all go over there? Devereaux, did you go over? Okay.
17, so 22 total.
Oh, nice. 22. All right. Swift, did you go over?
Swift, that's me. Yes, I
That's
got
okay.
a 19 total.
19. Fantastic. And Ida, are you going over?
No, you see Ida, who has sunk down to the ground in front of the curtain and has just opened up her bags and poured them out and is just sitting there looking absolutely sad.
All right.
She just looks sad.
Well, the top two of you, the two of you who got the highest checks, are also the two who have yet to get a card, and we do have another card. So, Devereaux, you got the highest. Ring or card?
Oh, ring, please.
Okay, great. So, Swift, my dear, let me have a D20 and a D4. And while you do that, Devereaux, you see very similar to what Ida spied in the tunnel at the beginning. You see in the water actually two glints, two sparkles just at the edge. The water looks deep enough that you almost miss them, but down underneath the water you see two little glints, and as you focus on them you can see that there are two rings, much like the ones that Ida has down underneath the water. Swift, what did you get?
I got a 6 and a 1, so that's
6
a
and
7.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 words are hard, and so is the alphabet. That card doesn't have a... Oh, here it is. I found it. That doesn't have a thing. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
You see... No, this is fine. So you are looking in the pool, and on top of one of the little floating bits of ice there in the pool, you notice something, and you can justify it however you want, but you decide to pick it up. Sorry, I'm taking that agency from you. You decide to pick it up, and on this card that you pick up, you see a beautiful throne on this card, and you are given the gift of gab. You've gained proficiency in the persuasion skill, and you double your proficiency bonus. So essentially, you have expertise in the persuasion skill. In addition, you just know that you are now the proud owner of a small keep somewhere in the world. In fact, I think it probably used to belong to Ide.
I think this is unfair.
Like pull out Irie's like deed to her keep. I'm like, wow, I'm playing for keeps now. This is great. And I'll roll it up and tuck it into the hood of my sparkle cape.
Wonderful.
And then I'll just float around.
Mind you,
and do,
behind
like,
you, you
sword
just
dances for
hear
everyone.
some low crying.
Celeste, is
She
that
is
another
saved.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I said,
that
oh,
one.
no.
All
that
right,
one,
Dev, just go ahead and roll.
That one is from Jordan Shively, so no one give
Thank
him
gosh.
teeth anymore.
Uh-huh.
No more teeth.
All right, so Deborah, you find 2 rings and a card, which is somehow not destroyed by being underwater all this time. Hilarious.
All right. The card roll was 11 total.
11 total. All right, 5, 10, and 11. Oh, I don't know this one.
Also, Sparks, it's such a good LA, like,
Oh, okay.
oh, I just rolled into awesome things and I have all these great things and life is great.
Totally.
I
You all
know.
have, mostly I'm just happy that you all haven't rolled the donjon, because that would be sad. And Deborah is no different. Deborah did not roll the donjon. You grab a card that has a sparkling, shining star on it, and you feel empowered. You can now increase one of your ability scores by 2, and the score can exceed 20.
Thanks, chat.
Yeah, right? Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
thanks,
Based on
chat.
TK's game, chat was trying to mess with y'all, and it just backfired on them. Is the truth of this situation.
You're gonna have to try better than that, chat.
That's right.
Ooh, baiting.
That's right.
Ooh.
TK's whole game was fighting a black dragon. Our whole game is drawing cards for the deck of many things. It's all good.
For the donations, that's
right.
why I'm baiting.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's
that's
for
true,
the
that's
Trevor
true.
Project. I'm not mad. All right, I love it. So, where were we? Devereaux, you found rings, right? And a card, because why not?
I would like to, before I grab the rings,
Mm-hmm.
may I use my...
Oh, we're losing you again, Jason. Sorry.
Can I use Eyes of the Grave to see if there are any undead anywhere around us within 60
Yes.
feet?
Absolutely. There do not appear to be, which you're also within 60 feet of those owl bears that are frozen in the wall. So that's a bit of a relief that they are at least not undead owl bears waiting to claw at you and destroy you.
All right, then I'll grab the rings.
All right. It's very, very cold as you plunge your arm into it. Do you have any sort of magical resistance to cold? You do, right? I think I remember seeing it.
I have armor of cold resistance. Yeah.
Yes. So you can feel your armor sort of activating and absorbing, because this is painful, or would be painfully cold to reach in there. But you managed to reach in and just feel a bit chilly. And they're 2 basically identical rings to the ones that, or to the one that Ida is currently wearing.
I will put one of them on.
That's good.
Offer the other to anyone else who wants to have a voice in their head.
No, thank you.
Ira reaches her hand out. She's like, I don't have anything else left.
I will
That
hand the
ring
second
will go
card.
so well with my cape. If nobody
Oh,
else
that's-
wants it, I could like totally have a whole thing going
Yeah.
on.
Have my house.
Is this your house? You have a whole keep? I don't know enough about you. We should have more like heart to hearts.
My new place.
Doesn't give it back.
I cannot. That's up to you all.
Also, has anyone in D&D owned 2 sentient things at one time? Like, that would be amazing.
Cross-eyed.
I mean, I
I'll
can
let-
do that if you'd like.
I'll let you two decide. While you two are haggling over the ring, Devereaux is gonna put his on. So you two can haggle for a moment while Devereaux puts his ring on, and immediately hears a voice say in your head, "Thank you. It's been so cold."
Sorry, buddy. So if the other ring was Jalen, what's your name?
You found Jalen. Good. I'm Zendi.
Zendi. All right. Do you know where we are or what's going on?
The voice says, "Yes. This was the Frost Maidens headquarters."
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Shh.
How?
She doesn't put her finger up because she's a ring, but anyway, you get the idea. It's nearby.
I would love to make a perception check, please.
Please do.
9 + 5, so 14, please.
It is still, I mean, aside from, Swift and Ida discussing whether or not the ring makes up for the lost keep, you don't see or hear anything. But the ring says to you, be cautious and alert.
Okay, I've got a mace of warning, so we should be good.
That should help.
How many of your group are there? How many rings should we be looking for?
There were 5 of us, but 2 may have escaped.
Okay.
All right, so Swift and Ida, sorry, what did we agree upon here? Who's got it?
You have one voice, so I think that it would be good if that voice that you had you to talk to, but also had another voice to talk to. They could be friends, like a triangle.
And here I thought that I had found the perfect way to introduce NPCs that would never have to talk to each other. And yet.
Yes.
She hasn't taken it yet. It might not happen. That's just what Swift thinks.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
Ida, who has sifted through the dust in her bags and has forlornly strapped them back on, doesn't even look up from the ground, and she just goes,
Awesome. This will be good.
And if you give me 2 seconds, I literally will go find another ring because I've got a ton. But
all right, so you slip that one on, Ida?
Singer. Yes, I do.
Okay, so you slip that one on, and immediately you hear a voice say, oh, thank goodness. Oh, thanks. Oh, it's so nice to be out of that water. Jalen, is that you? Oh, God, why did you have to put on this ring?
Is this an ex-girlfriend?
Heavens above, no, of course not. Hap was a junior apprentice.
You act like I don't have another ring right here.
Hi. Well, the rest of you can listen. Hi, Jalen. Oh my gosh, it's getting so long. How have you been? Who are these people? What are we doing? Did we manage to stop the Herald from being summoned?
Oh, Swift would have had so much fun with that ring.
I did have that thought at the last moment. I was like, oh, of all the rings.
So, what's your name, other ring?
I'm Hap.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
Ida. First ring.
Yes.
Why don't you like other ring?
I don't dislike her. I don't dislike you, Hap. You're just, you're young and excitable, and we have business to attend to. Oh, you're always such a sourpuss, Jalen. I know things are important, and I know the world might end if the Herald is summoned, but still, we're here. Let's have a good time. I haven't seen you in front.
Other ring. I'm going to put you behind my back, so don't listen.
Well, that's not really how. Oh, okay.
Okay. First ring. Do you have a crush on Other ring?
Absolutely not. How dare you? How dare you? Hap, I do not have a. You can. I know you can hear me, Hap. I don't have a crush on you. That's inappropriate.
No. She's behind my back. She can't hear me. That's how this works.
No. Have you opened? Well, you must have opened the doors if you found Hap. Where was she?
In the water.
Yeah. Well, all right. You've got her out now. Do you see a curtain?
There's another ring.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Devereaux put on the other ring.
Oh. Ask
Devereaux,
Devereaux.
can you tell third ring that I have first ring and other ring?
Yes, I have Zendi.
He has Zendi.
Ah, good. You found Zendi. Zendi will come in handy if indeed the Herald has been summoned. Zendi has the incredible ability to always be able to sense the minions of Auril. So if the Herald has indeed been summoned and is here, she will know.
First ring says that your ring is very special and can sense the herald of the person. Oh, I'm sorry, the other ring. I left you behind my back. You come back to the conversation.
It was
now.
so lonely back there. Thanks.
I know.
Goodness.
I'm so sorry.
While this is happening,
please.
Nufa's like, oh no. The claustrophobia, the K-phobia is getting worse than I thought. We need to get out of here. These people aren't going to make it.
And something mentioned about the curtains, and Swiftly was checking out the curtains, so he's going to try and see if there's something behind there or another way out.
Yeah, there's a very obvious. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because Swift is now very interested in the rings, but then was very interested in Nufa. So as Nufa's checking out, she's flying around him, just wrapping him in more of the curtain. This suits us perfectly. Team costumes.
Uh-oh. Come on, camera, you can do it. Anyway, while my camera decides to not focus on me, Clementine and Krazel, what are you two doing during all of this?
Krazel's muted.
Oh, Krazel is in fact.
Thank you. Now the play is showing itself to Krazel. Krazel's loving this. There's just the lines don't make sense, It's I don't follow this exactly, but it's great. These performances are just great. So Krazel's just entranced in the talking that's happening back and forth between Devereaux and Ire.
I love it. And Clementine?
Clementine is probably going to be with Krazel on this one and just kind of watching this go back and forth. And it had never really occurred to Clementine that there could have been a play or that people would have be doing all this. So it's quite exciting for Clementine to see this. Although it will ping for them the Herald thing and the Frostmaiden thing. And that gets the gears turning a little bit in Clementine's mind.
Sure.
About that celestial ping that was around.
Sure. Sure.
This one is mostly for Morgan, but also for Eugenio.
No.
Since we're doing a play apparently, and we're in an ice cave, does that mean we're working for exposure?
Yes.
I need a moment. So, while Swift wraps Nufa up in this beautiful curtain, you're able to see beyond into the largest chamber that I just have to continue. The largest chamber that you've seen yet, which is this huge circular chamber. And there are a few things that are very obvious immediately. The first is right in the center of this chamber is this pillar of what looks like maybe stone that was carved and painted to look like flames. Except that you can feel from where you are standing that pillar is radiating heat. It's almost as if it is actual fire that has been, I don't want to say frozen because we've been using frozen to mean very cold, but paralyzed right into a solid form. Surrounding or sort of in a semicircle in the front of this column of solid flame are three humans kneeling, heads bowed, and they are covered in frost, blue, and also completely still, as if they have been frozen in that position. You also can see that on this side of the curtain, on the far side of the room, there are two more of those owl bears rampant with the horns and the everything and the screeching, and they are each enclosed in blocks of ice that have been carved out and placed as statues or display pieces on the far side of the chamber, on the other side of the column.
Okay.
I paused in my wrapping up of Nufa and like kind of cartoon-esque anime spin us around, and I'm like, whoa, this is like definitely some kind of sacrifice place.
Yeah.
You see that? And
Yeah,
I pulled a
I think
sheet away
so.
from you.
Usually when people are frozen out in the wild, they're completely naked. It's a weird thing that they do. You know, that's not what's
Yeah.
going on here. They must have been
Yeah.
totally fine with this.
Oh, hey, now
Yeah.
that's because they think that they get hot, right? That's part of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Oh,
that's it.
well,
Can I, like, when you say it's hot, like if I
Uh-huh.
approach, will it like hurt?
So from where you are, right by the curtains, you can feel that it's radiating heat, but it's not uncomfortable. As you get closer, it gets hotter sort of exponentially. You can get right up to it and be uncomfortable. Well, I don't want to tell you how you think, but touching it would be a whole different thing. Being right next to it is unpleasant, and a few steps away is sort of, pleasantly warm in a way that you haven't been in a long time.
Okay, cool. I'll like tap it with my fire sword a little bit. Be like,
It sort of
"That's
rings
hot."
out almost as if it has like an affinity for your fire sword. There's the echo, the ring of that sound through the ice caverns sort of is a little longer, a little sweeter as it rings out.
I'll fly back to the group and just say, yeah, it's like really warm over there. So like people could like freeze to death in this cave, then come here and be okay, and then go back there. And then she just gets caught up in a loop of like trying to guess what these things are, but she has like a -1 intelligence. So, like, and then they go here, and then they go there.
Bless.
I have a 0 intelligence, so I can only do much better by getting my ice axe and clinking the thing that they're praising or whatever.
Now that seems to have a very different effect to Swift's fire sword, and it doesn't really harm your axe, but you can see your axe begin to sweat in a way that it has never done before, and really, as far as you know, shouldn't do, even when exposed to a flame. It doesn't melt, it doesn't become dull, it doesn't break, but it sweats and begins to sort of do things that it shouldn't. Devereaux, the voice in your head, which has sort of kept up a steady string of chattering teeth and hitched breaths, which is really amazing considering that it's a disembodied voice in a ring. It finally, when the curtain is pulled back and you feel even that barest touch of warmth, you hear this ring voice just sigh with relief.
I will walk closer to get her a little warmer.
Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. Wait. What's warm? What's hot? What is that?
It looks like petrified fire out in front of us with a couple of kneeling supplicants.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Is Jalen around?
Jalen? Ring number 1?
Oh boy, here we go.
Now, what I really want to know is why your rings. Were you ever people?
Why you are rings? I thought there was more to the question. Why your rings are shaped the way that you? I don't know.
Were you ever people?
Jalen, just talk about strange things for disembodied ring voices. Just sighs heavily for the 367th time since you put him on, and just says, "Yes, we were once people. When we died, we stuck around in the rings."
Okay, I'm gonna need you to hold that thought. I'm putting you behind my back so you can't hear me.
Oh, that's not how this works.
Damn, Eugenio, stop. I can't do this if you keep laughing, and then I'm going to snort, and it's going to be a problem.
It's the goal, y'all.
Other ring.
Hey! Oh, hi! Welcome back.
Hi. Shh. Do you have a crush on first ring?
What? No! No, I mean, he's nice and he's smart, but that's not true. He's not really very nice. But he is smart, but no, I don't have a crush on him.
Are you dead?
Strictly speaking, yes. Huh. I didn't really actually said it in those words. That kind of sucks.
Is that you in front of the pillar I'm looking at?
Pillar? Uh-oh. Jalen! Jalen! And
He can't hear us. He's behind my back.
yes, I can! What? Hey, bring me, just let me talk to Hap, please.
I thought you said you could, and that's not how this works.
You know what? That is fair. Jalen says, you know what? That's fair. Hap, what's the problem? And Hap says, I think things didn't go as well as we'd hoped. I think the column is still there.
There's a column. And there's three people in front of it. I'm wondering if it's you.
No, that is not us. Those would be the remaining cultists of Ariel that we had to...
Everybody, those are cultists.
What?
So one of two things must have happened, and unfortunately, if there's so many names and I'm terrible at them. If Zendi, that's her name. If
I can put Zendi on one of my other fingers if you'd all like to talk to each other.
That's okay. That's really okay.
I really think that's what Eugenio wants me to do.
Could you just ask Zendi's wearer if she has sensed the herald?
Zendi, oh no, Deborah.
There you go.
Has second ring sensed the herald?
There have been some senses of herald. Zendi, do you sense the herald now?
No, not exactly. I sense it's hard to explain. It's residue, but no, it's not near right now.
Herald ooze.
Is it on any of us? Residue.
No, it. Oh. Yes, I think it's on. Wait, bring me closer to your friends.
Deborah will walk around,
just
hand out.
It stops very briefly, or she says something when you get to Krazel. Oh, this one was the closest. It's not the herald, but they were the closest.
Eyebrow.
Krazel, have you been worshiping the Frostmaiden anytime recently?
Ooh, Frostmaiden. No.
This would have come up in conversation.
Oh. I mean, great old one. Good friends of mine.
Excellent.
Yes. Tentacles, yes. What else?
Tentacles. Well, Ide, Jalen says to you in your head, have
Ida's
you related any of
so
that's
she
right.
hears tentacles and she's like, oh no.
Oh no, Krakens. Jalen says to you, Ide, if the herald is here, you must destroy it before we can allow you to leave here. It cannot be allowed to
Jade, first ring.
Jalen.
You can't really first ring. It's easier to track this way.
Definitely Jalen. It's fine. I'm a person with a name. It's fine. Good.
But see, you can't. All I have to do is that. And she just takes the ring off. See, you couldn't hear me, because I took you off. You can't stop me from doing anything. You are the worst.
That's true. You cannot.
So I don't think you should be threatening me, is what I'm saying.
Oh Well, he can't hear you either if you took him
No,
off.
I put him back on. I said,
Oh.
and then,
As soon as you put him back on, you just hear him going, no! Okay, great. Gracious. All right, so Jalen says, look, if the herald is around, you have to find it and keep it from ever leaving. And then it'll be a very simple thing for you to put me and Hap and Zendi in the column, and we will happily get rid of it so that it's a long story, but you'll be able to get out.
In the middle of his
column is
monologue,
gone.
she takes it off.
So it's a long story, but all you have to do onto the column. Because you might die if you do that.
I can keep making you do this.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
Oh, while this is going on, Clementine got a little bored. Is
Sorry.
No, I mean, she's just watching people talk to themselves and putting rings on and off, and so Clementine's gonna go see what Swifty's up to, and then maybe take a little lap around, poke things, see if she notices anything that's going on.
All right, yes, you take a lap around. You can see that there are variations of that snowflake sigil that was on the doors, sort of all over this place. Very obviously, in fact, Divine Sense senses hallowed areas, right? Oh, but
it was
if you
a
were
long
to
time ago.
use a Divine Sense.
Well, you know what? With all this sense of spookiness and nonsense, Eugenio, I think it's good to kick off another one because hell,
that is such a good idea, Morgan. I applaud you. So you can sense that this area is hallowed to the Frostmaiden even now after all this time. Okay. So you see all of the sigils. You can feel that. You can also sort of, as you go around to the back of that flaming or the fire column, you can sort of just see that there are little areas where you can almost see into the column. And it looks like there's some sort of ladder or very steep staircase or something heading directly up, and the column goes all the way to the ceiling of the cave.
All right. So I'm going to let everybody know that I'm going to pull Nofa around.
Nufa, yeah.
Nufa, I'm sorry. I'm going to pull Nufa down because I know that he's real good with looking into ice things and poking at things. So I'm going to ask Nufa to come down and check it out. Expertise it.
Krazel will also go because Krazel has lost her audience member. She saw Clementine. She's like, wait, I guess we're doing that now. Oh, okay.
I love it. All right, yeah. So you all head in there. Hey, Krazel, roll me a d6, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going by my Zoom screen and not the overlay when I count these out here. So Krazel, bless your cotton socks. As you're going in there and following Clementine around, you see another card on the floor, which you can't help but pick up. Let's have that 20 and 4 roll. Y'all with these decks of many things. This is fine because this is doing really is sort of getting the itch for me to put these decks in my regular games just totally out of my system.
I'll set with these. 23.
20. Oh, okay. So there's only 22 cards in the deck. So if you get a 23 or 24, you got to roll again.
Oh, fun.
But really good roll.
This will be the good one. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was my best roll this entire time.
Really good.
No joke. Got a 23 again.
Stop it.
Yeah.
If you get it again, I'm just giving you a level.
No, 15.
15, okay. 15. Oh, no.
Never already have a devil friend.
So, there's a sort of, you look at this card and you just feel yourself going a little slack-jawed.
Oh, no.
And this card pulls you closer and you permanently roll a d4 for me.
3.
Okay, so you permanently reduce your intelligence by 4.
Wow.
I'll have another drink.
This is Krasel's whole thing, y'all. Like books.
Okay. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It has been an amazing day. We have passed $5,000 for the Trevor Project, which is incredible. I know no one has done this for our game, but Devereaux, Zendi just starts yelling, quick, 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 it comes! Roll initiative.
No!
Oh.
But I don't think what? No.
Wow.
Permission to go get vodka.
Yeah, I'm about to get a beer too.
If you can get it quick, let me get your initiatives and then you all can run. So Ida, what'd you get?
Oh, I have to roll that.
You do, and you have a weapon of warning, I think, so you have advantage if I remember correctly.
Right, so do I.
12.
12. All right, that's Ida. And
Herb.
Nufa, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Clementine.
That's a natural 20 plus 1, so 21 for Clementine.
Yes. Devereaux.
13 total.
13. And fortunately, initiative is not intelligence based. Krazel?
Well, isn't it 8?
Oh, all right. And Swift.
Nat 20 plus 3, 23.
Yes. Oh, y'all were ready. Y'all were ready for this. I should probably roll for.
For what?
Y'all are going to be fine. I rolled a natural 1.
Yay!
Also,
It's gonna
while
be
we have
fine.
the time, I'm not trying to be inappropriate, chat. Just want to warn everyone that whole naked thing when people have hypothermia, it's a total thing. You can look that up. Not trying to be a creeper.
What did I miss in chat? You know what? I'll find out later.
No, I just meant in general because there was like a motif of it, and I was just like, "Hey, let's just clear that up."
I gotcha. I love it. All right, so Swift is up first, and you all see Devereaux. You can feel Zendi drawing your attention to the owl bears on the far side of the cavern, and you all see. And again, every time you saw one of these frozen creatures, it felt like their eyes were following you. This one, you get that feeling from the owl bear on the left, and you sort of shrug it off until you see it reach out. Slowly out, not breaking the ice at all, but reach out from the ice, and then all at once it sort of falls forward onto all fours out of the ice. The ice looks untouched and roars. So Swift, you are up first.
Awesome. So Swift, sensing this imminent danger with her, +0 perception, she is going to, she has her one flaming sword, but then like from another sheath, she pulls out another rapier and she strikes this pose, and you don't know how it happens, but everyone just gets this like sound in their head of like, ba, da, 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 and like you see her feathers just like slick back as she like makes a pose, and then she's going to launch off into battle.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And I am going to roll 3 attacks because I am dual wielding, plus I have extra attacks. So that is going to be a 15, dirty 20, and 19.
Great. So the 20 and the 19 hit.
Okay, amazing. So 2 attacks with my flame tongue rapier, which is going to be okay, this is going to be a lot of dice, so stay tuned. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 is another 8, and then I get 2d6 for my fire, which is 2 plus 1, so that's 19, and then 2d6 for sneak attack, which is 5 plus 5, which is 10. And like, so you just see her like flying around like sheek, 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 sheek.
All right. So just flying around, sick, sick, sick. Every time she makes contact, her blade hisses because this, you notice since you're right up close to it, Swift, you notice that this owlbear is covered in a layer of rime and frost. And it obviously doesn't put out your flame sword, but it does get it to sputter a little bit. And the fire damage seems to almost be not fully absorbed, but it doesn't burn this thing like you would hope. However, being a magical weapon, it sure does cut plenty deep.
Nice. And did you say all 3 attacks hit?
No, just the second 2. The 15 did not hit.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So that'll be a turn, and she'll like strike a pose there with like her sword, flaming sword out. And this is her swashbuckler personality coming in.
Yes.
Think pirate.
Boy, I cannot. Well, we'll get to it in a minute. I love it. Clementine, you are up next, and Nufa's on deck.
Okay, so hey now, that's not good. So I'm going to attack this thing.
Yeah.
With my great sword. So let's roll to actually hit first, because that will help. So that's a natty 20.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
That's 2 natty 20s in a row, y'all. So natty 20 plus 7 for 27.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. So that
You must have extra attacks. You do get a second one.
I'm a pally, and I took 2 levels in fighter, which is like the optimum combination. So I have
look at
axe
you.
of surge as well, so I can be beastly in combat.
That was a good one. I never do them that well.
Okay, so that is 12 points plus 3, so 15 points of damage. That's double the
Remind me
dice.
what you're using magic weapon?
Yeah, I'm using a great sword of warning.
That's right. 15, you said?
15 damage on the first one. I'm gonna attack again. 19 plus 7, so it's 26.
That'll do.
Yep. And see how much damage that is. That's only 7 points of damage. You're all right with that.
Okay.
And then I'll just hang out. I don't think I've got anything to do on my bonus action.
Okay. All right. Nufa, you are up. 2 of your friends have raced up and started stabbing the thing. It is your turn. Devereaux is on deck.
Okay, I'm going to start off by raging. So I'm just gonna go, "Ooh," and you'll see all these
a moment ago.
Yeah, and you'll see all these ethereal smokiness come out of my mouth, and it's like this cold. You just see like these cold, ethereal, frosty links go and dance around people and infuse them, and they all are going to. I guess every party member who's 10 feet around me, they're going to get +4 to your temporary hit points because of my Storm Hurled essence.
We'll say that's Krazel, Ida, and Devereaux, since they haven't gone up to the creature yet.
Perfect. And then I will do my attacks recklessly because
all right,
I have not barbarian in a hot minute.
Do it. I love it. I also really the Ancestral Guardian, right?
It's the storm.
Oh, storm. Right.
Storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 9 plus 16 total to hit for my first attack.
Your first one sort of glances off this creature. The Rime seems to have toughened its hide a bit.
And I'll attack again. Okay, that's 15. Okay, so that is going to be 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, and it's a 1d8 plus. And I can re-roll this if I want to. So that's still the same. So that's 6 plus another d4. Not hitting very hard this time. So that's going to be, I think 10 total.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So names Nufa. As you swing your ice axe into this creature, you sort of watch as it sinks in, and the rime, the frost coating this creature, sort of seems to explode outward as you hit it, and you sort of have to. Actually, I need you to make Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah. I think
Barbarian. Fine.
Natural 20.
So you don't, you manage to sort of close your eyes, and none of this frost gets in your eyes. But when it clears and you're able to see again, you see an owlbear, not like an owlbear corpse, basically, not frozen at all, just slumped on the ground. And you just managed, the 3 of you that are up there, so Swift and Clementine, you see this as well. You see this slumped owlbear corpse, and you see a sort of swirl of snow and frost spin up above the owlbear and zip to the other block of ice that has the other owlbear in it.
Ooh, okay.
And also the people who got those buffs, you folks also have resistance to cold damage, so you know that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Do I get an attack of opportunity if it just zipped away?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, I think that you do.
Excellent.
In fact, Clementine, you and Nufa, you all can as well.
All right.
Do what? Sorry.
Attack of opportunity, because this thing zipped out of your reach.
I took too long to pull out of my pose, and I rolled a nat 1.
You're just so shocked. It was. I have to say, it was a frightening but beautiful display. Perhaps that was. Clementine, how about you?
That was. I think I'll use my advantage on it.
Okay.
So you can take that off. One more than I rolled before. Good for me. That's 18 to hit.
Yes, that'll do.
All right, cool.
That'll hit.
So that is just a nice little 6 points of extra damage to the swirly
Okay,
thing.
that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Nufa, did you take a swing?
Yep, 19. I imagine that hits, and 8 points of slashing damage.
Did you say 8 points?
Yep, that's correct.
All right, so the three of you, or the two of you, sort of as this thing flies away from you into the other block of ice, you sort of, mostly on instinct, just stab towards it, and both of your weapons do sort of sink into what looks like a barely physical swirl, but you can feel the magic of your weapons sort of igniting and cutting into whatever this frost, this blow of snow is. And that brings us over to Devereaux, who's on deck. Ida is on deck.
Now, I didn't sense any undead when we were here earlier, right?
Correct.
Okay. So first, I'm going to reach out and look at Ira and go to put my hand on her shoulder and say, "Is it okay?"
Mm.
And I'm going to touch her, and I'm going to cast guidance.
Ooh.
She'll get a on her attack or saving throw. And then, as a bonus action, I would like to cast.
You'd like to? Oh, sorry, we lost you right as you said what you were going to cast. You'd like to cast what as a bonus action?
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Oh, I should have guessed. Of course you do.
Yes, and I would like to use one of my nat 20s.
Yeah, you do.
To go against the owlbear that the thing jumped into.
Absolutely. So that's a crit, and it's currently the owlbear is still sort of in that block of ice and just barely beginning to move. And so just right as it sticks its head out, what is the weapon of that god? I'm having a moment.
We'll call it just a big skeletal fist.
Yeah, it is. Just punches the thing right in the face.
So that's a 19 total force damage.
Nice. 19. Oh, it's a force damage too. That's right. 19 is okay. Yeah, and it just this creature sort of opens its maw, and you've heard owl bears a million times in your adventures. This does not sound like the cry of an owl bear as it reaches out. It is the sound of an avalanche in the middle of a blizzard. It is loud and it is inhuman. The sound that this thing makes as you punch it in the face. From afar. Anything else, Devereaux? All right, Ida, you are up, and Krazel is on deck.
Okay, so Ida is going to look at her hands and say, "I need you to both be quiet now because Mummy has to go to work." And she will pull out her rapiers.
Good Lord. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ida. Before we go, I forgot that Devereaux was wearing a ring. Oh, don't be sad. You're gonna get cool shit too.
Okay.
Devereaux, when you conjure your spiritual weapon, your fist, over there, nothing seems amiss, but as it punches this creature in the face, which I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is, you watch as the fist of your god is suddenly sort of wreathed in fire, just the whitest hot fire that punches right into this thing's face, and you can hear that's part of why it lets out this cry, is that it burns it in a way that even Swift's flame-tongued sword couldn't do. Roll me you crit, so 2d6, please.
2d6. 6 total.
All right, 8. So this clearly burns it. And like I said, it doesn't sizzle. It doesn't, absorb this heat. This fire that was suddenly breathing your fist burns this thing deep. All right, Ida, now you can take your turn. I apologize.
That's okay. I understand that you just didn't want me to go.
Yeah, clearly that's what it was.
Yes. Okay, so again, spoke to her rings. She flips out both of her rapiers. So she will run up, and does the spiritual weapon count as it being engaged with an ally? That's your ruling.
I don't think the weapon is a creature, and it has to be like an ally of yours.
That's what I thought.
So yeah.
That's okay. It's going to give me time to set up like an auto roll for that in D&D Beyond, so I don't have to roll all of them.
Perfect.
But anyway, so she's going to run up, and her first rapier, and of course she's going to get around behind it and stab it in the butt as best as possible.
Absolutely. As it continues out of the block of ice, its butt has just come out, and there's the
very
rapier.
fluffy butt. It's a great target.
That's right.
So the first rapier comes up, and it's like it's steel, but it has like a very blue fine edge to it. And that is going to be 27 to hit.
Woohoo, that'll hit.
Okay,
and as you stab into this frosty owlbear's butt, you hear Ring 3, also known as Hap, because she's a person with a name. You hear her go, woohoo!
It's not Ring 3, she's Other Ring. You have to keep
Other
it straight.
Ring, I'm so sorry. Other Ring goes, woohoo! And this rapier is also wreathed in this white hot fire, so you can add an additional d6 to this roll.
Nice.
Okay, so that is going to be 9... 14 on the first attack. And then the second rapier she's like this, and the second one kind of slashes upwards. And that one is going to probably not hit. Maybe hit. Yes, hit. No, maybe.
A journey.
I didn't know. I forgot what my to hit was. It's 21.
21 does hit, yes.
Okay.
And this time, you can feel it's a little despite himself, but Jalen also sort of lets out a satisfied grunt as the other rapier is now wreathed in white hot fire.
Okay, so that is going to be this is a sucky roll. 7 plus 13.
All right.
14 on the first one, then 13. And then
nice.
I guess I'll stay right there because Kelly forgot that disengage is a bonus action.
But you are a swashbuckler, right?
Yeah.
So you can now that you've attacked this creature, you can move away and not proc an attack of opportunity. That's
fine. Goodbye.
Fancy footwork.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.
So you just sort of dance a little ways backwards.
She's like, She's dancing backwards.
I love it. This creature is Oh, yes. Oh, I also have to pay attention to my math. On the second hit, this owlbear also, the frost on it explodes.
Oh, wait, what? I'm
again.
so sorry. Devereaux has told me, just because I really feel like overkill's a great thing, Devereaux has informed me swashbucklers get sneak attack when they're by themselves.
That's right. All right, toss in 5d6.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to help me keep track because Kelly only has 1d6 here.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go.
Ready, because I went to music school. I don't do math.
I went to theater school and I tutor math.
4.
8. Oh, 8 total. Okay.
14 total.
Okay. Well, what am I here for?
18 total. 19 total.
That's 5.
23 right? Total.
That's 5. Yep.
23.
Math. All right. Then it definitely just explodes. The rime and the frost explodes off of this thing. Make me a Constitution saving throw, Aire.
I'm going to probably need to use that guidance against that, but let's see what my
would help you.
Constitution saving throw is going to be. Oh, yes, I'm going to use it. What was that? +4?
Plus a D4.
Plus a D4. That's going to still suck.
If you're also within 10 feet of me, you get +2.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're
gonna
do. We're trying, Aire. Oh no.
13.
Okay, so as it explodes,
that's with every bonus.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. As the frost and the rime explodes off of this creature, it gets right in your face, and you are blinded by the
light?
snow. Blinded by the light. And you all watch as this frost, not Aire, but the rest of you, watch as this frost spins again. And this time, instead of going somewhere else, it just spins faster and faster and begins to sort of expand and grow until it takes the form of a sort of featureless humanoid, 10 feet tall, and holding an enormous, crud. I should have looked this up.
An enormous crud.
Gosh, I knew the answer to this. I looked it up earlier and I forgot. And it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. Do you not have one? Okay. Well, hello? Oh, my computer hates me. We're so close, computer. We're so close. Could you just be nice? All right, great. So a gigantic mace of frost and ice in its hand, and there it stands. And oh, look, it's its turn. I was not entirely sure it was going to get a turn.
Wait, did Krazzle go?
No.
Krazzle didn't go.
Krazzle.
You are up. I'm so sorry, Krazzle. I'm so sorry.
Krazzle's head hurts. Krazzle.
Yeah.
So much
poor
has
Krazzle.
happened. So much has happened. Krazzle is like walking backwards with her books, and she's like, my spells. I can't remember. Why can't I remember my spells? And then she remembers she has Eldritch Blast, and I'm just gonna go for broke on this one.
Yes.
So 2 Eldritch Blast beams will erupt from her two sides of her head, out of either side of her hair.
Awesome.
And she is
So cool.
Yeah. So on the first attack or spell, I'm going to use my nat 20 that I have saved up in the banks.
Yeah.
Because why not? So let me just roll for damage on that. So that's 13.
13
Eldritch
force?
Blast. Yes, force damage. That's right. And then on the second one, again, just going to go for broke. I'm going to let's see if I need it. Oh, no. Second one is 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
Great. And that is 10. 10 force.
All right. That many. Okay. Yeah, so these 2, what color are your Eldritch Blasts?
Purpley purple.
Yeah.
I was going to say purpley green, and then I was like, that's brown? Is that just brown?
that's just poop. Yeah, so these
sparks come out.
Perfect. These 2 purpley purple beams fly out, and they sort of they crash almost one right after the other into the chest of this thing. And this the frost, the swirling humanoid shaped frost explodes out and sort of settles for just a moment before snapping back into place. And the creature, looking very tired for a creature made of swirling frost, raises its ice mace into the air, and you can see the frost that makes up this creature begin to once again spin, and it explodes outward. I need everyone to make me Constitution saving throws, please.
Everyone?
+2.
Everyone.
Oh, +2. Yes, thank you.
Yes, +2. Fantastic. Let's start with, where's the screen? Let's start with Nutha.
16.
16 doesn't make it. Clementine.
Even my +2 on me would not have saved me. I rolled a 3, so that's a 5 in total.
Phenomenal.
For Clementine.
Devereaux.
Can I donate one of my advantages?
Sure. Yeah, you got a bunch of them. Why not?
Please use one of mine.
Clementine, roll again.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Constitution saving throw. Slightly better. That was 12. Thank you for trying to save me.
I appreciate the effort. All right, Devereaux, what'd you get?
I also used an advantage because my first roll was 5, my second roll was 16, so 20 all day.
Nice.
20. Yeah, that'll do. All right. Swift.
I rolled a 9, so I'm going to also use my nat 20. So that'll be 20 all day.
All right, 20 all day. That'll do. Ida.
First, I would like to know if the shaved ice is flavored, because I would like to have.
Death.
Oh
And
no,
what
that
flavor?
doesn't taste good.
Well,
I was hoping for like coconut. Honestly, that's a 19.
Oh yeah, that's enough. And Carazel.
17.
Oh, 17 is just enough. Yes, very good. All right, so the 2 of you save. You will take half and not be blinded, but Ida is already blinded. The rest of you, and Devereaux also got the 20, and so did Swift. All right, so the 4 of you then will take half of this damage and not be blinded. Clementine and Nufa, you 2 will take full cold damage, mitigated however your items allow, and you are both blinded as well. That is 8. And 8 is 16, and 12 is 28, and 4 is 32, and one more set. 5 is 37 is full cold damage. Half of that then is 18.
Okay.
If you saved, and a blizzard of snow and ice explodes out from this thing and chills you to the bone, slashes your face with sharp, tiny little ice crystals, and for some of you gets in your eyes and blinds you. And you will all be able to, on your turn, if we get that far, make Constitution saving throws to end the blindness. Otherwise, it ends in a minute. That is the creature's turn. Swift is up. We're back at the top of the round. Unfortunately, Swift is not blinded.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
No, and fortunately.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think that's
sorry.
fortunate.
No. I'm rooting for you.
Yay.
And fortunately, Swift is not blinded.
Sweet. So, yeah, she has her like sparkly cape in front of her that like protected her from the blinding, and she's gonna cast it off away now and do a little flip in the air, and she is going to use her. Okay, first she's going to use her action surge, and then she is going to use her bonus action to give myself advantage on all of my attack rolls until end of turn, and I also get 5 temporary hit points. So here come 4 attacks.
Go for it.
First attack is going to be a 16 to hit.
That just glances off of its frosty skin.
Next attack will be 25 to hit.
25 hits, absolutely. That's one.
And then that's going to be 25 again. And then that's going to be 26.
All right, so 3 of the first one, you're very excited. So the first one glances off, but the other 3 are just straight into it, each time sizzling with the flame of your sword.
Perfect. So I'm gonna roll just the base attack damage first, which is gonna be 10 plus 11, which is 21, plus 11, which is 32, and then that's going to be now 2. That's going to be 6d6 of fire. So 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 3 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So 22 fire damage. And then 3d6 sneak attack is 3, 6, 5. Oh my god, I just did so many numbers. 3, 6, 5 adds up to 14 damage.
So I don't know why I'm calculating.
That.
So Swift is, in fact, quite swift, and is just a blur of sword thrusts, and when she's done, you see this creature, whatever it is, steaming from various enormous lacerations in its body, and it raises its mace again towards Swift. And as it begins to bring its mace down on Swift's head, the entire thing just turns into a light mist that sort of sprays into Swift's face and dissipates and is gone. And you all have, for the moment at least, defeated the Herald of Ariel. And I congratulate you all. You all can take the rings, which hold the souls of three clerics and acolytes of Kasuth, the fire, a fire god. You can take those rings and place them into sockets in the column of fire, and they will remove the column of fire it was their doing in the first place. And beyond, or in the middle of the column, is a ladder that leads up to a now exposed hatch in the ceiling of this cavern that will let you all back out of the tunnels, out of the caves, out into Icewind Dale, where it seems at long last the storm has abated and your way home is clear, at least for now.
Question.
Oh, of course you do.
Nufa.
Yes.
Do you have any climby, spiky things?
Yes, I of course. I always have batons. What do you need?
Batons. I would like to borrow some. Thank you, so I can reach the hatch up the pillar of ice. Thank you.
I mean, I used my natural 20s to ice climb and be super impressive. And
just
also,
like letting his legs dangle, like just climbing with his hands.
In my ice axe, yeah. And then I also used my natural 20 to guide us home very properly while be able to slide on our butts down snow, and we got there really fast.
Well, to
Was
be
it also
fair,
fun?
It was
Was it
also
like
fun.
sledding?
Montage for sure.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the natural 20 was to
Absolutely.
make skis, improv skis for the whole game.
Oh, nice. That's
Yes.
right.
I love it.
what
I love it.
necessarily would happen if I just climbed the pillar and say didn't put my rings back?
Well, I mean, you could certainly. Oh, and didn't put your ring back. Period. Because you can get it back from the. All right.
I mean, I lost
Actually,
everything and I need some friends.
Names. Zendi can in fact dispel it on her own. It
and
just
other
takes
ring.
a lot. Ring 2 can dispel it on
ring.
her own. It just takes her a lot longer to do it by herself, but
I
she's
was
capable
going
of
to, I
doing
was
it on
going
her
to
own.
keep both of them, but I will keep the
Well,
one that doesn't
Sunday was
shout
mine.
constantly like she has too much caffeine.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so Ida pockets one of them. You all watch as she speaks to it occasionally throughout the rest of your adventures together, and you're able to head home to Icewind Dale, where undoubtedly there are more cultists out there waiting to summon the Herald. That's for another day. Hey, thank you all so much. That was super fun. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. Y'all are the best. That was a blast. I'm sorry we didn't have more time, but you know, so it goes with these things. And chat, holy hell! Thank you all so much. We are at, what are we at? $5,635 in one day. You are all amazing. I cannot wait to see what we do tomorrow. But for right now, that is all she wrote for today's block party programming. Thank you all so much. If you were around with us all day, thank you for sticking with us. If you just came in for this game, thanks. We're going to go around and introduce everybody here. Let them know, let chat know where they can find you, what you do. You should all support these fantastic people. And if you want to toss in for very quickly, because we are a little bit after 10 now, but like I said, I don't think Celeste will get too mad at me because there's nobody else after us. But if you want to also toss in one of your favored moments from today's game, sort of a nice little wrap-up thing that I like to do with my groups. And it doesn't have to be your favorite because that's a lot of pressure, just a favored moment. So we'll go in reverse order from the way that we introduced you at the top, which means that we start with Michael.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so Michael Sinclair the second. I go by Michael Crits everywhere. My work is just look up at Michael Crits, but I was on the Black AF Roundtable. There might be another one. I think there is going to be. I'm part of Fae Forge Academy podcast, and I do stuff with Cobalt Press. I'm also going to be doing some stuff on my Twitch channel, Witch Magic Gathering, and hopefully a better stuff with like Apex Legends once my new computer comes in. Thank you to people who did my Ko-fi. Just trying to storm through all of this. My favorite moment today was just seeing Kelli get to work with the rings and seeing her like act that out, and just it was really professional and awesome, and it was great to experience. So that was my favorite moment.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Moving on from there, we're at Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan. You can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven and on the Taking Initiative podcast. I'm also behind that Twitter handle, which is TI_pod. I am very lucky to be on the Venture Maidens stream on Fridays for their Dragon Age series, which is about to wrap up, and I'm very sad. But you can catch up on that. And Eugenio was our wonderful Dorian, so you can definitely catch up on that. It's wonderful.
Wait, again?
It was good times.
You can also find me on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday. I think we're on a brief hiatus right now at the Gamers Table stream for the Conan Barbarian stream that I'm doing, where I play just the most adorable little naive nugget named Cornelia. But yeah, come by, drop a message, and I'd love to have more friends.
Fantastic. More friends, always good. Let's move over to Jason.
At Punk Jr. on the internet, and you can find me there anywhere. And I am the producer, and I play Max the Goblin Detective on the Adventure They Wrote podcast. So if you like film noir and things like Perry Mason, come check us out. We have a detective agency in Waterdeep, and we solve mysteries. And,
I love it.
It's super fun, and we have a lot of fun with it. But otherwise, my favorite moment of this was getting to talk to Zendi, and I love sentient objects, and it did very, very well. So this was thank you for letting me play.
Of course, thanks for being here. Did we get a favorite moment from you, Morgan?
No, I forgot.
Blackout. Okay.
My favorite moment was actually the way that Brittni pronounced Great one. And this is wonderful. Your face was just so perfect. I had like the most perfect image of Krazel in my head as you said it. Like I could see her and I could see her. So it was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that. All right, let's hop over to Lily.
Hi, I'm Lilisparx, Sparks with an X. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. I am the girl with many lives. I play a bunch of D&D, TTRPG, and video games. So yeah, check me out. I do those things. Favorite moment of the stream? I think I'm gonna have to say I was pretty blown away by like the opening exposition of like going into the caves with like the beautiful tunnels and the things in the wall. Like I could have spent like an hour just role play exploring that because it was such a strong visual and it was really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
you're welcome.
It was Elsa's castle, but creepy. I love it.
Yes. I think my pun got lost because we said it so many times today.
I clocked it the first time. I was like, oh, she's definitely gonna do that again. So and then by the time it came back around, I was like, I love it. I love it. Miss Kelli.
Hello, I am Kelli, aka the Opera Geek. Sorry about the air conditioning; it's hot in here. Yes, you can find me on Twitter at the Opera Geek, on Twitch at the Opera Geek. I've been streaming a lot of lunch break live streams of Animal Crossing, which is kind of hilarious because I'm probably the only person in the world who can get physically angry playing Animal Crossing, but I do.
How do you?
I know. But I do technically variety stream. I do stream other stuff, as well as doing the opera singing, which you can find on my YouTube, which isn't the Opera Geek because someone took it. So it's Kelli, the Opera Geek. And Tuesday is the finale of The Witcher on Wandering DM's channel. And then next month, Dragon Age comes back on Wandering DM's channel with Eugenio.
No.
No?
No, I won't be able.
Hateful.
I know, and I can't tell you why. We did this earlier during my panel, but I won't be able to join you all for season 2.
You're behind my back, and I can't hear you, and you can't hear me. It is done. No more.
That's not how this works.
It is exactly how this works.
Thank you.
It is exactly how this works. I will never give you bacon again. Anywho, so I think I have 2 favorite moments. One of them is making Eugenio talk to himself because I know he hates doing it. And I think the other one was Lily taking my house and just not giving it back.
That was great.
When I was like, but that's mine. And she's like, yeah, it's really cool, right?
You should come over sometime.
I'll like throw out all your stuff and put my stuff in it instead. You'll love it.
No, I don't love it. I don't. I think your design taste is bad and you should feel bad. Okay. That's it.
Good.
That was a great conversation going back to Iceland Dale.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's going to be the best conversation. I'll be like, don't throw that out. It was my grandmother's. You didn't have a grandmother. Yes, I did somewhere.
So good. So good. And last but very much not least, Brittni.
I'm Brittni Leigh, Leonagay. You can find me on Twitter at Brittni Leigh. You can also find me on the podcast